Thank you for this opportunity to deliver my closing remarks as the House adjourns Sine this evening. One can only be grateful to God for giving us the strength and energy to work for the well-being of our constituents and the good of the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we may disagree, but let me say, I appreciate your leadership, the support you give to members. To your deputies, the first and second deputy speakers, let me also say to them, well done for shepherding the affairs of the House, and we hope that things will get better even as we get to know ourselves better along the way within these 4 years. To my colleague members of Parliament, particularly those in leadership, I cannot express less my gratitude to you for the spirit of friendship you have exhibited during this period. Although tempers sometimes arose and arguments got heated, we managed to move through for the good of our nation. Mr. Speaker, there is no gainsaying that this maiden meeting has been most eventful and packed, especially for our first-timers who may not have had expectation of Parliament to be the way it has been. Of course, after the dissolution of the 8th Parliament and the inception of the 9th Parliament, there was a need to elect new officers of the House, right from the Right Honourable Speaker, his able deputies, both the leadership of the House, majority, minority. More so, there was a need for orientation and induction to ensure that newly elected honourable members are adequately and comprehensively introduced to the business of the House. The orientation and induction program again afforded elected honourable members, especially the first-timers, the opportunity to engage and interact with some experienced former members of this Guest House, like the venerable former Majority Leader, Honourable Oseche Mensah Bonsu. This provided a very useful platform for members to gain practical experience on how Parliament works and what the nuances and dynamics of serving Parliament entail. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President made a maiden entry into this House to deliver to us a message on the state of the nation on 27 February 2025, where he outlined his vision for the country, of course, without his 24-hour economy. As has been the practice, this House and honourable members were allowed to make comments and to interrogate some of the policy measures that the President hinted that his administration will introduce to ameliorate the suffering of the populace. As a leader from the other side, I can only wish him and his administration well in their undertaking, knowing very well that the good people of this country will be the better judge in not so distant future. The sona was followed on the 11th of March 2025 with presentation of the budget statement and economic policy of government for the year 2025 by Honourable Minister for Finance on behalf of the President, Dr. Kasiel Ato Ban-Forsen, who also represent the good people of Ejumaku Enyanesiem in this House. It is interesting that though His Excellency assured us that his finance minister in his budget would outline the famous policy of 24-hour economy, Dr. Forsen also, in his statement, deferred this all-important policy and promised us another time, meaning that for the 2025 financial year, the 24-hour policy is Yamutu. Mr. Speaker, I would also commend the parliamentary service staff for their hard work, commitment, and dedication. As I always say, what would life be without them? But, Mr. Speaker, we in the minority have some few reservations which we believe, if they are addressed, this House will be a better place for us going forward. One, our friends in the majority side often reside on understandings rich and sprung surprises on us. We believe that proper politics can best be done where there is goodwill, good faith, and understanding of issues without surprises. If the majority is able to work on this, the often seen acrimony will be minimized. An example, Mr. Speaker, is the issue of the gold bond bill. Mr. Speaker, every indication was to the effect that after working together at the committee level, after going through win-on-win collectively, the bill will be taken at 10 a.m. this morning or soon thereabout. There was an understanding that certain clauses will be done, but unbeknown to us, the majority had their daggers hidden in their clothes. Mr. Speaker, the situation was such that Honorable Bajira, a senior member of this House, had to move all the way to switch off the mic of the minority chief whip. This is not the first time. This is not the first time our side is experiencing such action from Honorable Bajira. In October, when we were in majority and there was an impasse regarding a decision of Mr. Speaker, he publicly stated that if we enter the chamber, quotes, we will beat them, unquote. Mr. Speaker, whereas none of us can be perfect, in this chamber, we encourage that as much as possible, we minimize the excesses of our conduct. None of us is accepted. We are one family. The essence of this politics is to express our own views, however diverse they may be, but still maintain brotherliness. Mr. Speaker, that is very critical. Mr. Speaker, the minority also expresses disappointment regarding the inability of the chair to admit our review motion, which we filed in accord with Order 127 of the rules of this House. Mr. Speaker, there have been two decisions that we've been unhappy about. And the right way to do it is to file a motion challenging your ruling for review. Mr. Speaker, the first attempt, we were informed that because the official report is not out, we cannot rely on the unofficial transcript. We agreed, waited until the official report was approved. When the official report was finally approved by the House, and we attached same to our motion, again we are disappointed to hear that the motion had to be redrafted. Mr. Speaker, we believe that we deserve better. Mr. Speaker, we in the minority are not in this chamber to obstruct government business. We are here to offer constructive criticism. We have been in government before, and we know how difficult it is to run a government. We pray that our colleagues should be tolerant and tolerate us and engage us the more. It is true that they have a super majority, but they should not use their super majority to dictate to the mighty minority. Mr. Speaker, there are things that they may not see because of power. And because we are in opposition, we may see and draw their attention to it. Mr. Speaker, again, we call on all of us to look at the national interests and minimize the overly partisan posture in this House. Mr. Speaker, our country needs a parliament that will discuss the real issues and offer solutions. If we allow partisanship to overly take over the debates, Mr. Speaker, what that will mean is that the real culprits who hurt our nation will go scot-free because the politicians are playing football with it. I will cite the recent issue of challenges at ECG. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that goes to the heart of inefficiencies within SOEs in our country. The way to solve it is to get to the root of it. However, if we adopt a partisan posture, we'll be defending our partisan positions and the problems will be there and the situation will get worse and worse and worse and another election cycle will come. There are many others that I would encourage my colleagues in government to engage us, and if they do, they hereby have my assurance that we'll work together because it is Ghana first. The road sector is one example. No minister goes on the road to certify certificates. It is technocrats who do so. So where there are challenges and the Minister of Roads and Highways calls upon us, we are assuring him of working with him for solutions. But when there is always a partisan twist, life will become difficult because it will mean we would have to defend our partisan positions. We don't need this. Mr. Speaker, I shall conclude by encouraging my colleagues. This is a time to take a break. Spend time with your families. The kids need us. Our wives need us. Our husbands need us. Our extended families need us. If we spend all the time doing politics, we'll lose our families. Let's spend some time with them. Mr. Speaker, I encourage colleagues, let's take time off our busy schedules to check on our health. Immediately you fall dead, the next moment the constitutional imperative will trigger. There will be by-election. When Okunko committed suicide, life continued in the village. So never think that you are mightier than the mightiest. Take time to check on your health and be able to meet those health challenges ahead of time so that you can recover. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I would like to thank you once again and thank my respected senior and the majority leader of this House for being a true gentleman in his dealings, save that when his mischief energies are activated, he makes life unbearable for me. But I pray that come the next meeting, life will be better than before. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your kind audience. And God bless us all.
It's now your turn.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, as we bring the first meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana to a close, I wish to reflect on the significant progress we have made together. This meeting, which commenced on the 7th of January 2025, marked not only the beginning of a new parliamentary calendar, but also the dawning of a new era in our nation's history, an era defined by renewal, hope, and unity. Mr. Speaker, during this first meeting, we have accomplished so much and that will positively reverberate throughout our nation for years to come. We commenced with a thorough vetting of His Excellency the President's nominees for ministerial and deputy ministerial positions. This process, conducted with transparency and fairness, although at a certain point it was marred by an unfortunate incident on the 30th of January, has ensured that the people of Ghana are served by the very best in leadership, ready to drive our nation towards greater heights. Mr. Speaker, we also made a bold statement with the repeal of certain financial acts introduced by the previous administration, notably the repeal of the infamous e-levy and the betting tax, which had placed unnecessary burdens on our citizens. This demonstrated our commitment to listening to the concerns of the people and making Ghana's tax policies more equitable, just, and pro-people. Our indefatigable and capable Minister for Finance, my predecessor, Dr. Kesiel Atuba-Forson, has also introduced several measures to set the economy on track, including the uncapping of funds for agencies and authorities of the state. In addition to these landmark legislative actions, Mr. Speaker, we undertook the induction and orientation of both new and returning members of Parliament. This process was vital in ensuring that every member, regardless of their experience, is fully equipped to carry out their duties effectively. It also reinforced our collective responsibility to uphold the values of democracy, integrity, and service to the people of Ghana. We're also honored to hear His Excellency the President's message on the state of the nation, which instilled in us all a renewed sense of hope and purpose. President John Dramani Mahamad's address laid out a comprehensive vision for the future, bringing hope to Ghanaians and reinforcing the resetting of Ghana agenda. This message resonated deeply with our people as it provided a clear roadmap for economic recovery, social cohesion, and national development. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, we had the privilege of listening to the reading of the 2025 budget and economic policy by the Minister for Finance, a budget that symbolizes hope, resilience, and the promise of better days to come. The passage of the Appropriation Act further reinforced our commitment to sound fiscal management and prioritizing the needs of Ghanaians, ensuring that our resources are directed towards projects and initiatives that will uplift our society. Mr. Speaker, one of the core promises of the President during the 2024 campaign was to ensure that the government operates efficiently and responsibly with the people's interest at heart. This promise is already being fulfilled. The President promised to reduce the size of government from 88 to 60. Today, we can proudly say that this promise has been delivered. Government is now leaner, more focused, and poised to serve the people more effectively. 56 ministers and deputy ministers have been vetted and approved by this House. Mr. Speaker, the President also made a commitment to cancel nuisance taxes that place undue pressure on Ghanaians, and this has been fulfilled before our very eyes in this House. The repeal of the e-levy, betting tax, among others, is a direct reflection of this promise. The President has shown through action that his campaign promises were not empty words, but a real blueprint for the betterment of our nation. Mr. Speaker, as we now prepare for recess, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the tireless work of all members of Parliament on all sides during this action-packed meeting. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, sometimes there was too much action. While the recess provides us with a much-needed break from the intensity of the floor, it is not just a time for rest, it is also an opportunity for the various committees which have now been inaugurated to perform their oversight responsibilities. Committee leaders are encouraged, indeed have been directed, to lead their respective committees to embark on working and familiarization visits to the respective ministries, agencies, educational institutions, health facilities, and other state institutions to enable members become abreast with and gain deeper understanding of operations and challenges in these institutions. Mr. Speaker, the State of the Nation address and the report of the Finance Minister clearly indicated some collapse in many of our institutions, especially our SOEs, and the improper functioning of many agencies. Mr. Speaker, as the Parliament of the people, it is our responsibility to ensure that there is institutional revival, our institutions function properly, and our SOEs become more profitable. It is in this regard that I hope that members who use this recess to reflect on these, to reach out to those institutions, engage them, and at least come back to this House when we reconvene with ideas about how we can help the executive to function better. Honorable members may also take advantage of the recess to visit their constituencies, to engage with and listen to the people who elected us into office. This recess provides us with the precious opportunity to further understand the concerns and aspirations of our constituents, to share the progress we have made in Parliament, and to continue working on solutions that will directly benefit our communities. Mr. Speaker, before I conclude, it is important to note that the election results of the Ablekuma North is still pending. Results are yet to be declared as the collation process was not completed before the inauguration of Parliament. I hope that whilst we are away, this matter is resolved. Let us embrace this time as a chance to renew our connection with the people we serve ensuring that we return to the House with an even stronger commitment to the tasks ahead. The work of Parliament is never truly done, and we must use this recess to strengthen our bonds with the people of Ghana, bringing their voices into the heart of our decisions. Mr. Speaker, as we close this meeting, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all members of Parliament for their dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment to our national progress. I also thank the people of Ghana for entrusting us with the responsibility of steering this great nation forward. Together, we are laying the foundation for a prosperous, united, and resilient Ghana, one that will shine brightly for generations to come. In closing, let me remember that the work we have started is just the beginning. There is still much to be done, and I'm confident that with unity and purpose, we will continue to build on the successes of this meeting to achieve even greater things for our beloved Ghana. I cannot take my seat without, Mr. Speaker, commending you highly as our popular father, oh father, for guiding us, leading us, and ensuring that we make the best out of our time here. Let me also commend your two deputies who have shown outstanding skills and leadership in the management of our affairs, whilst you observed and watched and supervised from afar. Mr. Speaker, your two deputies have shown that you have done a great job in terms of your ability within a very short time to transform people into excellent task performers. So, Speaker, your clerk and his deputies and the staff have indeed helped us to have a very successful meeting. So, Speaker, we are very grateful to the clerk and the staff. So, Speaker, we are also very grateful to all the workers, from the Marshal's office to his security staff, to the police and the police post, the cleaners, the technical people, the audiovisual department, the press corps, every other person who has contributed to make this meeting a success. We show our most sincere appreciation to them. So, Speaker, let me thank colleagues for the cooperation that I have received as a leader. So, Speaker, it is not all the time that we will agree. So, Speaker, we may plan things and circumstances would dictate a change in strategy and program. Mr. Speaker, let that not be misconstrued as bad faith. I believe that last night, if we had not taken the gold board, it would have been very, very difficult to accomplish that task today. And Mr. Speaker, I had no hesitation going ahead with the bill because, Mr. Speaker, I had spent 4 good hours with my friends opposite, and they presented not less than 100 proposals. I believe 80% of those proposals were accepted at the meeting and amendments effected to incorporate all those proposals. And we had indeed concluded that there will be no debate when we returned to the chamber because we were at idem on the revised content of the bill. And so when some proposals that I thought would delay the process came up subsequently, I rather thought that there was no need for us to further procrastinate. And that is why we proceeded. I will ordinarily not proceed if I don't believe or I'm not convinced that all your concerns have been taken on board and accounted for in the final outcome of the document that we are going to approve. So, Mr. Speaker, if that rubbed off our colleagues on the other side, in a bad way, let me assure them that it wasn't intended to show disrespect or to show that you are immaterial or irrelevant in the discharge of our responsibilities in this House, but I thought you had done your job. You had significantly revised and amended the bill. Mr. Speaker, on that note, I thank colleagues and I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you.